Hi, I'm Allie Cartwright, and this is Q and Allie. And this week I have a really neat story for you all about something I recently experienced. And I'm hoping that you all can experience this for yourselves because it was really, really pivotal for me. And in honor of this story, because I had a blast from the past all the way back to 1998. I want to show you all one of my oldest pieces of clothing, my shirt, "Don't Make Me Get My Flying Monkeys." And if you look closely, you can see I actually got it in 1998 from the local Hot Topic there. So I just thought I'd wear this shirt in honor of this story, even though it really is old and beat up. I've actually got another shirt on underneath it just because of all the little tiny holes. Anyway, so I was working and I decided I wanted to listen to some music. And out of nowhere, I got this just really, really clear moment of intuition message. It just popped in my head. Listen to Garbage's version 2.0 album. And it was so random and weird because I was obsessed with that album when I was a teenager. And I probably have not listened to it in a couple decades. But I was super obsessed with it. And it was just really random for it to suddenly pop into my head out of nowhere. So I looked it up online and I put it on. And I'm just working away and everything. And then suddenly the song "When I Grow Up" came on. And the chorus line to that song, main line, is, "When I grow up, I'll be stable. When I grow up, I'll turn the tables." And this hit me really, really hard in a good way as a teenager because I had a lot of trauma growing up. I had a lot of wonderful things happen in my childhood as well, but, for all the amazingly wonderful things, there were also extremely horrific things in my childhood. Anyway, I digress. There were a lot of traumatic events in my childhood, and there was a lot of adults around me who were not functioning adults. There's a lot of addiction around me, and I was struggling so hard with anxiety and depression and teenage hormones that I really, really was terrified, so terrified of growing up to be a waste of space. And so this song was like an anthem for me. When I grow up, I'm going to be stable. When I grow up, I'm going to turn the tables. I'm not going to be like all these people around me and all this way that is set out for me that I could easily be. I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be this dysfunctional, addicted human being. I don't want that. And so I had completely forgotten about this song, you all. I hadn't thought about it in who knows how long. And when it started playing, all the emotion, all of the empowerment that I felt listening to that song on repeat as a teenager came flooding back into me. And it was so crazy cool. It was just this huge rush of energy. And then the realization that, hey, I did grow up to be a functional adult and I'm not a drain on society, I like who I am, and I think I'm learning and growing and improving every day. So, hey, go me. It was really wonderful. So I wanted to tell you all this story and invite you all to try this for yourself in some different ways, to reflect on your past selves. It can be really, really wonderful to take a look at the previous versions of yourself that you have been in this life, because we're always growing and changing, and how those selves contributed to your current self. So for our meditation moment this week, we're going to settle in and then just bring to mind an image or a feeling of yourself at different ages, starting with when you were a little kid before school, toddler, preschool age, and then when you were an elementary student, and then a preteen, which is a small window, but a big one, and when you were a teenager, and when you were a young adult. And you go through each of these individually and focus in on these past selves and really bring to mind several things that just let it flow into your head about what that past self contributed to you, what you took from that past self and kept, and it helped you grow, and what the way that past selves reacted to things, how those actions helped you learn and grow. Just getting in tune with that is really neat. So with this meditation, it's a good way to kind of analyze several different stages in your life. If one feels really particularly powerful, it can be really good to analyze that former self a little bit more, lean into it, see what there is to discover there. Now for our mindful moment this week, I actually want you guys to try, I need to stop saying guys. Now for our mindful moment this week, I wanted to invite you all to try recreating the experience I had with the song When I Grow Up. Now, granted, it can be hard to maybe come up with a song that you haven't thought about in a couple decades, obviously, but it doesn't have to be quite that, obscure. You can just think about a song that meant a lot to you when you were younger. You obviously can remember some, and if you can think of one that you haven't heard in a long time, that is ideal. So put the song on and then just really lean into it. Close your eyes, listen to it, notice how it affects you. Because music is so powerful and it moves us so much. It has such a profound effect on our energy. And so the experience of really tapping into the way you were moved by a song in the past, it feels cool when you really, really dig into it. So definitely give it a try. And that brings us to our mantra moment for the week. So as we're reflecting on our past selves and all the ways that they contributed to who we are now, it's important to remember that who you are now is a beautiful work of art. So our mantra this week is, I am a beautiful work of art. And this is just a wonderfully empowering image to bring into your mind and settle into your energy as truth. So go ahead and repeat it as often as you like. Get it all set into your psyche and notice how aligned you can really become with your past and your present. I feel like doing this type of exercise really helps us to release regrets we might have about the past, or maybe harsh judgments that we have about our past selves. I know I've had some pretty derisive thoughts about my teenage self. I did not like myself as a teenager. I struggled, and I'm really relieved I'm finally at a point I can look back at her and go, wow, she was tough. She really went through a lot and allowed herself to learn from it instead of being destroyed by it. And that's something to celebrate. So go out there, try these exercises. Let me know how it goes. If you want to share a story about one of your past selves, something that happened to you when you were younger that you think was really pivotal in who you are today in an empowering way, please share. I love to hear that sort of thing. Again, I'm Allie Cartwright. This is Q and Allie, and I hope that you live fully, laugh lots, and love yourself.